Hey guys, what's going on? It's DJ Bro Jamai.
What's good?
It's Beer and Bears.
Kind of cool.
Bringing you our Justice Clubhouse podcast, season 3, episode 21.
Yeah.
We're going to be rocking this week off with Supergirl. This episode was titled Trinity. Roll the clip. This week on Supergirl, Lena is taken to the DEO for questioning. She reveals to Team Supergirl and the Legion that Sam and Rain are one and the same. The World Killers initiate a ritual which causes a solar eclipse, resulting in Kara growing weak. Kara feigns sending her to a dimension called Juru, where Sam and Julia are fighting to stay themselves. Kara decides to go there with Alex and Lena to save them. She makes mon-el promise not to pull her out until the mission is complete. Brainy, Imra, mon-el, and John monitor them while Wynn helps James on a mission Kara gave them. Kara, Alex, and Lena make their way through Juru and eventually find the two. They're successful in helping Sam get back to the real world, but she switches places with Rain. Sam sends a signal to Team Supergirl and the Legion of the Fortress of Sanctuary's location. Meanwhile, Wynn guides Jimmy to a secret vault which may contain kryptonite Lena may be keeping at L-Corp. James lies about opening it and says there's nothing in it. Mon-el has the three brought back, but before the team goes to the fortress, Wynn outfits Alex with a super suit and gun. Kara, mon-el, John, Alex, and Imra take on the World Killers while Brainy and Wynn keep Lena safe. The World Killers get the upper hand, but the Danvers somehow get through to Julia. Julia and Pestilence kill each other, with their powers being absorbed by Rain. Team Supergirl and the Legion leave as the fortress collapses. With the mission seemingly over, Mon-el hides the sadness of leaving Kara from Imra. Kara and Lena make amends, and James tells Lena what he did. Lena confesses that she knows how to make kryptonite. Rain hovers over Sam's house and vows to kill Ruby. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse podcast. One sentence.
And with our powers combined,
You make an evil being.
oh, okay. Yes.
I don't even know.
I don't know where that was gonna go, but that was pretty good that you finished it.
This episode was intense. I think this is Supergirl is definitely stepping it up in the realms of action sequences, story.
Yeah.
It's definitely has the strongest one of all the DCTV shows on CW for sure. Up there with Black Lightning. Black Lightning probably has the best storytelling of this season, but yeah, this episode was intense. Like we got to see, finally we got the name of the place, which is the Valley of Juru, which is where the human side of Sam and Julia and Grace, she didn't really roam around that place because she was like dead already. She gave her human side to be Pestilence, and it was really intense to see them try to keep themselves, if that makes any sense at all. Yeah, they're just struggling really hard not to, give up their identity, and then all of a sudden you see Samantha. She's telling Julia, "Oh no, just don't forget who you are," and then she forgets Ruby's name, and that sets her off. It's like, whoa, what's going on?
That's like top-notch acting right
Yeah.
there.
Like you feel scared for her. Like she does like that face that like
and
it's like a horror face.
She has a face, and then like the shaking, the trembling, kind of adds to that effect, and not many people really can do that.
Yeah.
They're not as like emotional, I guess you could say, as she is. She really puts it into her, like, physically and like mentally.
Because you can actually feel the fear.
Mm-hmm.
It's very a bit traumatizing to watch. But Rain and the other World Killers, Pestilence and Purity, they're doing some sort of like voodoo ritual that like causes an eclipse to weaken Supergirl. Like they're just on all fronts. It's like Team Supergirl and Legion are like losing. And then there are also arguments between Supergirl and Lena and Alex about trust issues because they found out that Lena was harboring kryptonite, which they had gotten rid of, but she kept it from them because she said it was from Lex's inventory. But that turned out to be a lie in the end anyway. So I don't know. Lena was just weird. I felt this episode.
I think her inner, not her inner
Luther?
demons, yes, her inner Luther is just coming out.
She was like, because the way her face wasn't like a face of like, I really want to save my friend. It was more of like, I want to save my friend first. She just had like that sort of like look, have you ever seen like that look in people? It's like, there's something else.
Like me.
An ulterior motive.
I want me. More me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like me, just me.
Yeah. It's like
maybe it's a pride thing.
Yeah, exactly. It sucks. She's not. She's not a blood Luther, but she was acting like it this episode.
Yeah.
And then Kara, while they're in Juru, Alex, Kara, and Lena, you have Jimmy and Wynn doing a little investigation that Kara asked them to do, which was to find out if there's any more kryptonite in the L-Corp.
Almost an uh-oh, but still kind of an uh-oh.
Yeah, Jimmy basically lied and said there's nothing, but he'd never checked the vault anyways. And then Mon-el's like struggling for his feelings. The poor dude, he's married, but he loves Kara, but all he could get out of this whole ordeal is a hug from John. And I guess that's the best thing. That's a super hug.
That's better than nothing, man.
He's like, what do I do, John? He's like, there's nothing to do. Come here. And I was like, yeah, that's cool.
I just wanted him to say like, you messed up big time. That's on you, man.
It's like, man, 2 superheroes you fell in love with, or at least one of them's in love with you. Actually, no, they're both in love with you. He's in love with one. It's super messy on mon-el's part, but yeah, he wanted to pull her out, but at the same time he couldn't because he promised.
It's like the Paramore song. That's what you get when you let your heart win. I don't know why I went on country. Country.
Yeah, and Kara's growing weak basically the entire episode. They do eventually save Sam, who switches places with Rain. Rain nearly kills Lena. Sam sends out a distress signal that the Legion and the Team Supergirl pick up of where the fortress is. But Sam is like Sam trying to fight the world killer. So it's like, she's like, buttons. Like, it was kind of funny. Like, she didn't know what she was doing. And the other two just like, is this part of what we're doing right now? Or like the world killers didn't pick up on what Sam was doing up until she sent the signal. But that was pretty cool. We finally got the clash between Team Supergirl, the Legion versus the world killers in the Fortress Sanctuary. That was epic. And all hilarity is breaking loose upstairs with Win and Brainy and Lena. Yeah. Those two are they're hilarious together.
Yes.
It's just like, are you okay? He's like,
kind of wish there's more action though.
Yeah,
that was amazing, but like I just crave more.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, what were you saying about the two?
Yeah, it's like because Win was doing that little like task that Kara asked him to do with James, and he was hiding in the bathroom, but he didn't know it was a bathroom.
Yeah,
it's like, this is a bathroom, and Brain, he's like, yeah, get out. But yeah, just Rain is just OP, even without what happened at the end there. She wrecked her and Alex, who was outfitted with a new suit that Win made her, like a super suit, with a gun.
That's
like
highlight of this episode.
She has like magnetic powers and like a gun that shoots some sort of red plasma.
Yeah,
something like that, right?
Yeah,
it's
plasma like that like just it's weird.
Yeah, it was cool. And I guess the suit kind of protects her from superhero hits because if Raiden, well, if she wasn't wearing that suit, she would definitely been dead with the hit she was taking. But Kara got wrecked. Like she was fighting. I don't know what it is about like heat beams and whatnot, but if I see a heat beam, it looked like the Harry Potter duel between Harry and Voldemort with like the two beams hitting each other.
You're not supposed to sit.
Oh, sorry. But he who must not be named.
Yes.
But yeah, it was like that. And I don't understand why they don't just whip it to, like, because they're in an isolated area. I would understand if there's a lot of people around, but they're in an isolated area. I don't get why you can't just dive for cover when it's, you're losing. Like, why you wait? And she owns everybody, but somehow Alex and Kara get through to Julia, and that was badass, and Julia kills Pestilence, but Pestilence killed Julia.
I think it's like, they've been with her for a long time.
Yeah.
Or they've known her for... They haven't been with her.
The longest?
They've known her the longest, and they already have that personal connection to her. So, like, ever since she was singing that song in her room.
Yeah.
In her
I'm trying to remember. I think she sang Macy Gray. I can't remember. Or Tracy Chapman, Fast Car. They're one of those two. But yeah, she screamed her face off. And that Pestilence was just like smiling.
Yeah. Her face got deformed. Like this part was like indented, and it looked like a weird like rectangle. But like you said, it wasn't as bad as the.
Oh, you guys check out AOS when Von Strucker frickin' Junior got killed.
He's like, I'll be right next to you the entire time.
He looked like a piece of foil. Like, you know what happens when you do this with foil? That's what happened. Yeah, that takes the cake as far as the grossest deaths.
But that was still pretty bad.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah. But yeah, it was cool seeing just them all together fighting, Imra, she went kind of down quick, and mon-el held his own against Pestilence pretty well. He used the cape tricks. Then Jean held Purity on. That was sick. He phased so that her sound waves come through. Cool. But in the end, Rain absorbed all their power, so now basically she is as strong as 3.
Yeah.
It's multiplied by 3.
Like,
she has
in the, what do you call it? The previous is like 3 times stronger.
Yeah.
Or something
and it's like
that.
one mean
or 3
mother.
times the power.
Yeah. She got the power. And I think that's pretty much where, like, everybody makes amends. Kara and Lena make amends. Jimmy and Lena make amends. And then Lena admits that she knows how to make kryptonite. And that's like, oh, no.
Yeah, that's a big reveal, yo.
Yeah, that's bad. Mon-el's hiding the fact that he doesn't want to go from
she
Imra.
doesn't trust Kara. Or
or
Supergirl.
Supergirl. Yeah, she doesn't trust Supergirl. That's going to suck.
So it is in the blood.
Yeah, it is. It's like a precaution. It's always like, sorry, I'm breaking the line here, but when Captain America said, he said, what is it? When somebody tries to stop a war before it starts, innocent people die every time, and that's basically what it's proven the point.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Legion might have to go home, but Mon-el definitely doesn't want to go yet, and Rain wants to kill Ruby. So it's not a good thing. They thought they kind of had a win today, but it was definitely a loss because they couldn't stop Rain with her base powers. What now that she has purity and pestilence? That is bad.
She had the colors of blight though.
Yeah, the pestilence. Yeah. She actually did. No, that was pretty cool. So blight is still very much, what do you call it? They traded one bad future for another. I guess we could get in Easter eggs if you want to. If we have nothing else to add to the story.
Yeah, sure. I did not catch any though.
Well, it was that was pretty much the blight colors. And Juru, the Valley of Juru, we saw something like a phantom, like from the Phantom Zone. Kind of, sort of. Not really, but it was pretty cool.
What did she call them? She just called them like Kryptonian demons?
Yeah, it was a Kryptonian demon. I don't know what it was.
They're probably Phantom Zoners.
Phantom Zoner. It was a Zoner.
Zoner.
But yeah, it was interesting seeing Pestilence. She looked really, like, you could just see the blight aura when she faded away. That was pretty cool. I guess we go previews for next week.
Sure.
Which is titled Shelter from the Storm. When Rain starts hunting Ruby, Supergirl and Alex work together to keep her safe. Supergirl and Jean look to Sam's mother for advice on how to stop Rain and come to some shocking news. Okay, what's that mean? Honestly, I don't know how this could play. I mean, other than our theory of like this universe getting destroyed and then everyone having to move over into the Flareverse, that would be dope because then that would show that sometimes the good guys can't win. It would be nice to end off on like a cliffhanger where it's like uncertain, right?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like the villain sort of wins and
sort of like how Legends.
Yes. It's like one thing for another.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you
just can't get enough of
it. That would be so dope if
you just can't get a good ending. It just doesn't work like that.
And then even if they do beat what do you call that?
Yeah.
Rain? Who's to say that Ruby can't absorb all those powers? She's a hybrid too. She's got to be. But yeah, that would be really cool if that's how they kind of mush the universes together. I don't think that Mon-el is gonna go back. I think Brainy and Imra will. There were stills of Erica Durance with them, suited up in the season finale.
Yeah.
And apparently they're gonna be fighting in Argo City. And there's like a leader of the world killers that Mon-el's gonna fight. It's not just Rain.
I mean, they're Legion, so
yeah,
maybe they go back in time
or forward. Kara?
No, because she's gone.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Unless she's like reincarnated somewhere and
they stop it at the source.
I mean, because they could do that, right?
Yeah, they could.
They can recreate characters or bring characters back to life.
Yeah, unless that's Jean.
Oh,
it's like to get into Argo City.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It's pretty, but it's pretty cool that they're starting the action here, not like 4 or 5 episodes, or 3-4 episodes that they usually do left in the season where they start picking it up. They learn from the mistakes of these other shows, and they just got we legit got a brawl, a superhero brawl. You see all of them, even Alex join in with them falling through the roof.
I think the action really started from the mid-season finale.
Yeah,
when she got her ass kicked.
That was really dark.
When she almost she got brutally beaten.
We need more of that. I mean, obviously, we want the good guys to win, but it's nice to have some stakes, for us to care about them more.
For sure.
I feel like they're kind of hinting that Jimmy might die too. I don't know why. It feels weird. It feels like in order for Lena to kind of take that story,
kind of stuck in the middle between the two.
Yeah,
Supergirl, Kara, and Lena.
Because he lied to Kara, basically, his best friend.
And they're most likely going to be rivals.
Yeah. And Jimmy's death is the only thing I could think of that will push her to go that way. They mentioned Lex and Clark again. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what else is there? We need more Brainy interactions with Winn. It's hilarious. If anything, Winn should just go with them to the future.
Yeah, he just looks so interested.
Yeah, and he fits with them.
Yeah,
so well. It's like you're slightly above average for your kind in intellect. It's just the way they pick on each other is hilarious. And yeah, we hopefully we get kind of a round out with John and his father. I want to see more of what's gonna happen to them. Is there anything else you want to add as far as theories go moving forward? Is it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. So with that being said, you guys, we shall see you on The Flash.
I think they could see your hand, dude.
This week on The Flash, Barry has doubts of virus publishing an article exposing DeVoe's plan in Central City. Needing an organic weapon to destroy the satellites, DeVoe plans to use to carry out the Enlightenment. Caitlin proposes that they ask Amunet for help. Barry and Caitlin find out from Norvalk that Amunet went in hiding after the botched meta deal at Iron Heights. Barry, Caitlin, and Joe find her running an illegal gambling ring. After telling them of DeVoe's plan, she agrees to help. Caitlin asks Amunet for a genetic splicer to get Killer Frost back. When they go to retrieve her metallic shards, they realize that Norvalk stole them along with the splicer. Caitlin tells the team that she had an ulterior motive in recruiting Amunet and storms off. Amunet tells Caitlin that the splicer never worked and that she needs to unlock the Killer Frost from within. After Harry is ousted from the Council of Wells, Cisco helps him put together a new one. The new council help Harry learn empathy, though it doesn't help him restore his intellect. Barry, Caitlin, Joe, and Amunet sabotage Norvalk's deal to sell metallic shards. They stop Amunet from killing him, and before she leaves, she gives him enough shards to destroy the satellites. Harry tells the team that DeVoe has gone silent because Marlee's left, so they plan to find her. Barry allows Iris to publish her article, while Caitlin tells Joe that the only way to unlocking Killer Frost is within her own mind. After Iris's article is published, citizens of Central City respond with their latest sightings on DeVoe. Now back to Justice Clubhouse podcast. We're also getting the episode of The Flash, which was called Harry and the Harrisons. One sentence.
I'm stupider.
Everyone is stupider. This episode was really, it was more of a filler.
Sorry, I just thought of Kevin from The Office. Oh, I don't know what
it looks like. We have a stupid guy in the office because up until then, we didn't have one.
He just stares at Pam.
Yeah.
Money? You want my money?
Okay, cool. I'll say to God's eternal glory.
You stupid dude, do fast. Sorry.
Dude, Kevin's such an amazing character.
Turn into him.
Yeah, basically, we're going to get a bunch of Kevin Malones by the end of this season of The Flash. Yeah, this episode's more of a filler. They definitely dialed it back as far as the action went. But it was pretty cool to see the development of Amunet's character. And she's not a straight... I'm kind of a sucker for when a show redeems a character.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they're evil.
Or shows a different side of them.
Yeah, for sure.
She kind of redeemed herself, but she's still...
Yeah, she's kind of still sketchy. But she kind of did help the team.
Kind of.
But yeah, basically, they recruited her to use her shards because they're organic and is something that Kilgore's abilities wouldn't be able to overpower.
Yes.
But the thing is, with that plan set, Caitlin kind of had her own motives, and that was... she should have just come forward to the team. I mean, they've been through so much already these last 4 seasons. I don't know why the writer has wrote it like that, because they definitely would have understood why she wanted to get Killer Frost back. She already got the control over that evil side of her, and her powers, like Amunet said, would have been able to knock that satellite easy out of the sky. So
it is kind of odd because she's that type of person to just be open.
Yeah.
especially when it comes to being rational.
Yeah.
About things, and I don't know.
It's odd for her character to kind of go through that. Like, I need to hide this because the team will think I'm this. What?
They still were going to help her anyway.
Yeah, so. They accepted her when she was Killer Frost, like the Killer Frost. So this is different. And Joe was totally right about that. I think that's just kind of their way of writing Joe back in because he's kind of been absent for like a lot of this season. But yeah,
smart. I guess if that storyline is gonna help another character, why not? Makes sense.
Now that I said that, I kind of realized
that's a good way to write Joe back in there because he's very intuitive.
Yeah, for sure. He always goes with his gut. He's like, you gotta tell them, man. I know what you did. It's only a matter of time before they realize that this is not the reason why you want Amunet back.
Yeah.
And then you have Barry dealing with this dilemma of like not letting. Sorry, I checked the levels.
Yeah. Got a 2.
Not letting Iris publish her article of like basically is like a PSA of what DeVoe is about to do, to prepare the people of the city. And I think that as long as she doesn't use her name, but at the same, because the thing is, when Iris West publishes that and it's a villain of the Flash, and people can put 2 and 2. Like Amunet saw Barry and it was like, that mask is not. Yeah, I know that you're one of the metas in the jail. It's only a matter of time before people put 2 and 2 together, and I don't think that's kind of like the only reason why I wouldn't have wanted her to post that article. It's like you're gonna reveal not just. Obviously, they're going to know that's you, but they're going to know Barry's secret eventually, too. But
yeah, she should have posted it anonymously.
Did she do it anonymously, or she did post Iris West?
It is, yeah.
Damn it, Iris, damn it. But yeah, I guess it's okay. People were responding to it, like saying, oh, we saw DeVoe here. We saw DeVoe there. And the filler villain this episode was he's all right. He wasn't like that crazy intimidating. Like they made Barry stupid. Yeah, they made Barry stupid for like 2 seconds so that he could get hurt. Because he was like, they finally did like the whole super speed in slow mo, and he was using his like he was dodging Amunet's like what do you call that? Her shards and catching it like the boomerang effect, and then he caught it without looking at it. I was like, oh, that's sick. And then later on during the battle with the alien, what'd you say his name was?
Norvalk. Yeah.
Snake Eye.
It's the Snake Eyes. G.I. Joe.
Just
Snake
one
Eye.
Just one eye.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just for some reason Barry opened his mouth and let Venom creep into it. That just was weird. And the only competent fighters there were Joe and Caitlin, who used their wits to kind of, use the cold gun and the regular gun to take out the rest of the bad guys.
Smart.
But, yeah.
She said use it in a different angle.
Yeah.
She literally pointed up, and then Joe's like, whoa, that's smart.
That's a really cool team up. It's like Joe, whenever he's like teaming up with somebody else, they always do something pretty cool, even though they don't have like superpowers. The whole new Council of Wells things was hilarious. I think that's kind of what saved this episode.
Council of like Harry's or Council of Harrison's?
I like this one.
They're like the rejects.
Basically, there's that Playboy one, HP Wells.
What was the Playboy name? I forgot his name. The Matthew McConaughey dude.
We'll just call him Matthew McConaughey Wells. There's like a
Harry McConaughey Wells.
Yeah, Harry McConaughey Wells. And what's the other one? The mobster.
Sonny.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sonny Wells.
Yeah.
They're all just like his different personas are hilarious, like the alternate versions of him. I think that's kind of what saved this episode, honestly. Like the interactions between him and Cisco is just like, it's like every time it's like I can't believe there are more like him that are like even weirder.
Are they smart? Those three, the rejects, or no?
Some sort of like, yeah, they kind of have intellect, but at the same time, they're not as smart as those other ones that kicked them out. But yeah, I like that they kind of taught Harry how to be empathetic to things, like to feel empathy. Because they actually apologized to Cisco for our computer is rude. It's rude. It's interrupting us. It's rude.
Shh. It's loud now. Shh. Be quiet.
Could you just be nice until we finish this? Shh, computer.
I cleaned you out, dude.
Yeah. What's up with that? But yeah, getting back to this episode, like we were saying, Cisco like felt the apology, like it was real. Just seeing empathy from Harry is different, and I think that's a trait that it's nice to see, even though his intellect is severely getting diminished. And yeah, that's pretty much what saved this entire episode. Plus, next week hopefully we get to see more of DeVoe's plan, because we won't have two more episodes of this before the season's over. So we definitely need to see Barry and DeVoe going head-to-head combat. I definitely want to see more of Barry using his powers to kind of outsmart DeVoe. And yeah, it would be nice to have like a superhero team up, but at the same time, it would be nice to see him go solo. Like, fight DeVoe on his own. See what he can do while the rest of the team handles whatever DeVoe plans to like launch at the city. Like have a different sort of problem for them to deal with, so that he can take out the main bad guy. Because last season they kind of took that away from him by having Iris kill
Savitar.
It just, that kind of killed it for me. Like, he had this badass moment wrecking that armor, and then somebody else kills him.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, is there anything else that we missed about this episode, or it was pretty much like that, right? I like that Amunet kind of left it. It was open-ended for her to kind of come back.
Yeah.
The way she flew away was kind of hilarious.
Like you said, she's kind of a very uppity character.
She's eccentric. It's like she belongs on Series of Unfortunate Events, like that kind of sort of character.
Yeah.
I like it. Some people had a problem with her portrayal of it, but I actually like that sort of character. It's very different. Psychopathic, but a little fun. Was there anything else that we missed?
No, I just wish that I know this is not gonna happen, but I just want to see Barry kill what's his name?
DeVoe.
DeVoe.
Yeah.
With kindness.
Yes.
Kill him
with kindness.
Okay.
Kill him with okay. I was about to go off into
I'm just gonna stop recording.
I'm just kidding. We're going to Easter eggs?
Yeah.
All right. So
sorry, the cell number that Caitlin was sitting in was 52.
Nice.
When Amunet talked to her.
Filled the quota. About time. Harry and the Hendersons. That was the title of this episode was Harry and the Harrison, so it's a nice little callback to that. Simple Harry, Simple Jack. Earth 22. Didn't get to really read up on that Earth, but I'm pretty sure it actually hasn't been mentioned before, but
I don't think so.
We'll see. H.P. Wells was the name of one of them. You said Sonny Wells. Molly's Game. That movie's getting a lot of buzz. Fifth and Null. I think that was that not an episode name? No, it wasn't, but I thought it had like something to do with Null. Oh, okay.
Null and Avoid. Yeah.
Null and Annoyed.
Oh, Annoyed. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it had something to do with her character, but I guess not. Previews for next episode, I guess?
Yes.
All right, next episode is called Think Fast. When DeVoe assaults Argus' facility to complete his enlightenment machine, Barry realizes that the only way to stop him is if he allows Cisco and Caitlin to accompany him into the facility. Still shaken by Ralph's death, Barry isn't sure if he wants to risk any more of his friends' lives and considers taking on DeVoe solo. Yes! This is what I want to see! Nice. Yeah, it would be nice to see Barry.
He wins with emotions.
Yes.
That would be crazy. He's just like, he just starts running at DeVoe and starts hugging him. He's like, I love you, man.
Either that or he like kisses Marlize. It's like, because you see in the previews, Marlize was like in a chamber of some sorts, right? And there's like some
that might have been her. I'm not sure, but it's probably it's most likely her.
Yeah, because there's like some sort of like green like mist and like I think it was Barry running inside there too. Like there's some. It was like a weird mix of colors, but yeah. Hopefully we get to see how this. I want to see this go into like a straight up brawl between the two using powers, because that's what it's all been about, right? Building up their power sets so that way we can see how they kind of coincides. Because I'm pretty sure DeVoe has something to counter flash time and stuff like that. So, and then here's perfect like a way to have Cisco and Caitlin deal with another problem while he's fighting DeVoe.
Yeah,
because we see Caitlin. In like goggles and like new gear next episode. So
so what if she tries to emulate Amunet's powers?
That or her own. Maybe she could concentrate it into just maybe one hand.
But you said she had metal hands.
Yeah, she had a metallic hand. Well, we'll see.
What if she's? Yeah. That's how she manipulates that bomb.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the shard.
Yeah.
Oops, I forgot. Nah, I like that. That's even better. Oh, that would be so cool. Caitlin's only got one shot.
That's an
She only has one shot to make that, and that's it. Why couldn't Amunet give her like, I don't know, maybe 10 tries worth? Because she flew around with like 100
billions of shards.
Yeah, she could have spared a little more. But yeah, I don't even know what to theorize with this series finale or season finale coming up. We are getting it for another season. Next season we might be getting Cicada or what do you call that?
Cobalt Blue.
Cobalt Blue, or
we talked about this in the first season.
What's his face? The other one. Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Cicada.
Did they say that? Godspeed? Or
no,
is that just
but
we're
theorizing
okay,
that we
just
might
adding
see.
That to,
yeah.
But what about the speculation that's not confirmed, right? For Cicada and Cobalt Blue, it's just other news sites were talking about it. Or cool.
But it would be cool to see.
That's a cool list.
Yeah.
Cicada, Cobalt Blue, or
why not all three?
That would be way too.
No,
I
but
mean, yeah, sure.
Barry's getting more powerful.
All the stops, yeah.
And if you guys don't know who Cicada is, he is basically an old man who's an immortal who has like lightning-based abilities, who can effectively heal himself. And he basically takes like everyone is his fountain of youth. Like all he has to do is touch somebody, and it takes away from their lifespan. Weird. So, yeah, it would be pretty cool to see him into the fall. But I'd love to see what's his name, Cobalt Blue or I keep forgetting Godspeed.
Godspeed August.
Yeah,
that would be Rush.
That would be dope. Playing the guitar, slapping it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way they end this, hopefully it's with a bang for sure. We're probably going to be introduced to that girl finally at the last episode, the mystery girl, who we think is Dawn at this point, or at least the Bart equivalent of the Flash and how they're going to write her.
Did you talk about the other theory about the Earth 19 speedster?
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Maybe that Accelerated Man could be like Barry's future kid. Like the other Dawn.
Yeah, because there's Dawn and Dawn, like D-O-N and then D-A-W-N.
Yeah, because he had the same sort of like color lightning as Iris, and then that girl had both Iris and Barry's lightning. So who's to say that maybe she came back in time to maybe... What if Accelerated Man is the bad guy next season? He's just like being planted there that entire time.
What if Accelerated Man is Cobalt Blue?
Cobalt Blue or what's his name?
Cicada?
No, Godspeed.
Godspeed? Oh.
Because he's fast as fudge too.
Yeah.
Right? You never know. Maybe he's doing stuff like he's getting rid of people that might, stop his mission from taking down. I don't know. It's kind of going off of one idea, but
I know this is what do you call it? Like we mentioned this way back about the Cobalt Blue theory about Eddie being his brother and from a different Earth. What if that's Eddie under that? I know this is another thing. Like I know this is super way out there, but I want that to happen.
Let's put it on the list.
You know?
Yeah.
Imagine Eddie being under that, and he's like, "I'm Malcolm Thon. I'm Barry's
that'd be sick
brother."
That'd be sick because we don't really know what his name is. All we know is he's Accelerated Man. So, but yeah, it's interesting
I think
that
he's more likely
colors...
gonna be what's his name? Godspeed.
Could be.
That'd be sick.
And maybe
I'm like picturing it now. It's
and maybe that's why she came back in time, because she's trying to prevent people that she loves from dying. So it's like the Bart thing. If she doesn't say crash remote, I'm gonna flip. Seriously, I want to hear her say it. Anything else you want to mention as far as theories go for this show?
No, I think that's a good one. Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, you guys, we shall see you on Krypton.
You shouldn't do that. You should, because it shows on the camera. There's no space on this side, dude. I can't.
All right, so again, in this episode of Krypton, which is titled Savage Night, Wonsontons.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
That's something.
We need a moment of silence. That's what we should do right now for this episode. Because never has a new show really done something that like crazy. At least something in the DCTV world. I had never seen something like that dark at an end of a episode. That was kind of like, it was just unexpected, you know? Did you even see that coming?
No, not at all.
That was too much. Like,
that was a little too much. Yeah,
it was like,
for that to happen to a kid, that's just
that was insane. But before we touch on that, basically this episode was them trying to form alliances with Black Zero in exchange for Darren, who is being Brainiac's biatch, basically. And everyone's loyalties are kind of tested. They actually found Dev, and I'm actually glad that he's not dead and he's alive.
Yes.
And they were actually able to free. You see, Val, he's gone, but he's not really gone. He's like,
it's like you could just talk to him like he's there.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll respond
awesome.
very. I don't know why. Like, that's in the past from like Supergirl, right? The timeline. He speaks more fluently and just sounds like not a robot.
Yeah.
Compared to like Allura.
Yeah, that's true.
Supergirl.
That's true. Yeah. It's like the tech is far beyond. Like, it's like he actually.
I think they lost. Yeah, I feel like they lost a piece of it.
A lot of it. Yeah. It makes sense because, like like Jeremy said, it basically is like he has character.
Yes.
With the way he interacts with everybody. They're like, wait, you got to do this now, dude. Like, they're attacking Brainiac, and Brainiac's about to send everybody on everyone, and he's like, I'm working here. Like, the way he responded was kind of hilarious. But yeah, so we got Nyssa and Lyta staying behind to watch over Dev with Val. And then you have Seg, Jaina, finally know her name, and Zod storming Brainiac's castle while Chem and Adam were like trying to find Ona and keep her safe. But it's kind of sad. Like, Chem was like, he found her, but then
he had to let her go because situation.
She's like, oh, but like everything that he's taught me, like I know he's not gonna hurt me, the Brainiac, and it's like, fudge. And it kind of sucks because at that moment you knew that it would have been better if she had gone with Chem.
Yeah.
But it didn't play out that way. And Adam he's not being like a D-bag or anything like that. I understood what his motives were as far as going to Darren and trying to get Seg, because he basically wants to make sure that Superman is born.
Yeah.
Can't do that without Seg. And he was willing to let everybody just die. It's you kind of get it where it's going, but at the same time it could have been the wrong thing, but he did redeem himself. He did.
Yeah.
For sure.
For that save.
That was pretty awesome. He did like a Captain America thing. But before that, we saw Brainiac get freaking like launched like thousands of feet down.
I know.
I just can't get over the visuals in the show. Like,
it's too good, dude. Compared to the rest of the DCTV, it's very there's no like it set the bar and there's no competition at all.
For real, dude. Like the like that place that they were in, like the data bank or whatever, you just see all this stuff like going around like in the background, like the walls and stuff, and you know, like that's like all of Krypton's data, and you see Brainiac plugged to it. Just like that scene alone, it was like crazy to look at. Like, it was like, it looks so real.
Yeah.
And Brainiac, even though he's not like in his final form, you know, he's kind of deteriorating because the human the voice of Raul can't handle it. He still looked insane. And that battle was pretty cool, even though Jaina kind of just came up and shot him in the chest and made him fly. But
say what you just
yeah, he did not go down. That's for sure. He came back up. He basically turned Ona into a bomb, and then we see Adam Strange do Captain America. He shields Seg and Chem, and then
it's just a little.
Yeah, there you go. That was sad. That moment was just. It was terrible. Yeah, we got Dev back. Yeah, Lyta's safe and everything. So was Nyssa, but we lost a little girl.
Yeah,
and she was innocent. And it sucks because I never really seen a superhero TV show that kind of sacrificed something like that. Other than Bet Sen Susie. She was the only one. Plastique.
It's so weird, dude. She's just like, there's resurrection through fire.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
And you just see her skin glow, and it's like... and I thought Adam was dead.
Yeah.
I honestly thought he was dead. I was like, oh, at least he went out a hero. But no, he ends up somewhere else. And they also mentioned Sardath and Alana, who in the comics are it's basically his father-in-law and his wife.
Who's father-in-law and wife?
Adam's father.
Adam's?
Yeah. It's a girl that he falls in love with on another planet. I think it's pretty cool that you actually hear the voices in this episode and them sending him on the mission. But yeah, it was this episode. This series in general has been nothing but good flowing story.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't really been any filler episodes because all the main pieces of the story are all there. Like the villain has been there for the most part. We got the cameos that they said that they would give us. And
sorry, this is just like one thing for me personally. The only thing that I wanted to do better is if it were on an earlier time.
Yeah, because it's at like 10.
Like I love the show, but
I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, 10 o'clock is like when my body starts to shut down. It's just like, you gotta sleep soon, so you can enjoy this, but not as much.
Yeah.
It's just like what my body tells me. But for sure, this is probably the best DC TV show right now.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
I know some of you have been asking us on Stardust that like, is this better than Black Lightning? I will have to say yes. Like
this tops it.
I'm saying like I love Black Lightning, and I think the Black Lightning had the best
graphics alone
season.
Is
yeah,
it's top notch. Yeah, nothing compares. But then you add the story to that. Very, very interesting. And it's funny because when they had the first, like, not even the premiere, just like the teaser trailers and stuff, everyone was just capping on
even
it.
Me.
Like, yeah, me too. I'm like, how's that even going to work? Like, we already know Superman and we know that Krypton gets demolished. Like, why do we need to see this side of things? But yeah, it's actually interesting.
It's like a rebranding of Smallville, if you guys have ever watched that, but it's like way more sci-fi like. And
instead of somebody save me, somebody save my world.
Basically. Yeah, it's
Dude,
insane.
Sorry, it's my eyes. My eyes are bothering me.
Brainiac is the light.
It's drying my eyes out. Yeah, go back.
But yeah, Brainiac is a brilliant villain. I can't wait to see him like in his like natural.
You saw him like really quickly.
Yeah.
Like in like kind of a flashback.
Yeah. But yeah, like even his human hosts, they're really cool. The effects are really well done on them. But I want to see him in his battle gear. That would be insane.
Yes.
And I can't wait to see how Seg-El and the rest of the team take him on. And if Zod, Zod is definitely there. Like what Jaina said, he's like, I think he's trying to take over this place after we deal with Brainiac, and that's exactly what was on everyone's mind once he was introduced. So that's another person to have to deal with. And if it gets a second season, hopefully it does. They have a bunch of story left to tell for sure. We've got 2 more episodes though. Is there anything else that we missed this episode?
Oh, I don't think so, dude.
Okay, that was pretty much it. Next week is episode title. Oh, damn it.
What number is this? 9? Hello? Yes?
Yes.
8. No, 8. This next episode is 9.
Yes, this was episode 8. Next episode is 9.
All right.
Next episode is titled Hope. And then the finale is titled The Phantom Zone. Ooh. So they could be setting up another season with this one. That'd be dope, for sure.
I know, that'd be just so sick if you just see, like, Kara stare into the Phantom Zone. She's like, who's that? And then you just see Seg-El just, like, floating.
Yeah. There's another thing, though. There was somebody staring at them that we didn't get to see during the episode. You saw that? Like, in the snow.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch.
They didn't show who that was, so we still have another... And that could be Hawk Girl. Who knows? Maybe she went to go check on...
They haven't shown her.
Not yet,
at all.
Yeah.
Maybe she's in the Phantom Zone.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't even know how she got there.
Maybe she went and like that going to your Phantom Zone thing. Maybe she tried to go and Zeta Beam to make sure Strange did the right thing, and then she ended up in the Phantom Zone. And then it's some sort of crazy story like that. But Adam Strange ended up somewhere else, and I'm thinking that the person he saw was Alana, which is his wife, but because she kind of looked like her from the comics, but we'll see.
Or what if she's Hawk Girl?
Alana?
No, that person right there that he stared at.
Oh, maybe. It could be, too. That could be. Is there anything else?
No.
All right. So with that being said, you guys, we shall see you on Arrow. Oh, I forgot to show I had this on. I should have done that. Damn it. 1, 2, 3.
Oopsies. 1, 2, 3. It's never gonna work.
This week on Arrow, each member of Team Arrow and the Outsiders are attacked by Diaz's men. They all successfully fight them off and send their loved ones into Argus' protective custody. The teams watch as Diaz's men destroy the Arrow Cave from the Helix base. Oliver, Felicity, Lila, Diggle, Dinah, Curtis, and Renee decide to work together to take down Diaz once and for all. With Anatoly's help, they intercept Diaz, who is en route to the SCPD. During the battle, Curtis is wounded by Diaz, who escapes with a military-grade hard drive. The team make a plan to have Lila infiltrate the SCPD so that Felicity can clone the data. They're successful in retrieving the data, but Lila is made so Oliver, Diggle, Felicity, Dinah, and Renee help her escape. Back at the Helix base, Oliver and Felicity argue over their decision to run to the firefight. Diggle talks to Oliver and gives him wise advice. Diaz appears with his army, then proceeds to attack the base. Oliver protects Felicity while she continues to decrypt the data, while Diggle, Renee, Dinah, Lila, and Argus take on Diaz's goons. Oliver and Felicity are forced to leave when the gas safeguard is activated. Diaz meets Oliver on the top of the stairs and gets the upper hand as the ladder is exposed to the gas. Oliver sets off a bomb, causing Diaz to fall down the stairs. They regroup with the rest of the team, then watch the base explode. Everyone head to Argus and find out that they weren't able to get the list of Diaz's payroll, which would have helped them save the city. Diaz kills 2 Quadrant members and has the other pledge his allegiance while Anatoly watches. Oliver visits Amanda Watson and asks for her help. She tells him that she will under 2 conditions, one being that he admit he is the Green Arrow, which he does. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse podcast. Alright, so get into this episode of Arrow, which was titled The Ties That Bind. Once on times.
The downfall of us. Yeah.
We used to cover that song all the time. But yeah, this was a really good penultimate episode. Usually they kick it up a notch, and Arrow has been actually doing a pretty good job. As far as the characters, like interactions with each other, through this latter half of the season, because the beginning half, it was like, it was honestly like, honestly, I hated the way they wrote Renee's character and kind of turned him into someone I hate.
And it's funny, the person that he told on, or the person that he told Oliver on to, is the person that Oliver's going to ask for help.
Yeah, it's just,
what is this?
It's like a time loop. It just doesn't. That you just can't trust anybody. But finally, this episode, we finally got to see everyone put aside their differences and work together and just get ready to do battle with Diaz, basically, who has gone absolutely ape crap with the Quadrant, his own men. Anatoly, he can't completely trust him, even though Anatoly's super good at, like, kind of...
He's good at playing like every side, dude.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Because the beginning shot, you just see Oliver.
He really does have that poker face.
Yeah, at the beginning shot, you see Oliver and his family like eating dinner, and like they just get attacked by Diaz's men. But he was prepared because Anatoly helped him.
Yeah,
that was like an insane like shift of allegiances. Oh, last episode's name, I think, or at least. Shifting allegiances. Yeah. We didn't see Laurel or Lance, so I'm thinking.
Bro. I don't know why. Yeah, well, yeah, Lance.
We didn't get to see him this episode, but hopefully we'll see him next
maybe
episode.
That's why Laurel's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, hopefully it's not
in that preview.
The end of Lance, even though he's kind of been on our maybe might die list. But yeah, this episode was exactly what we needed. Like, finally made amends with everybody. Everybody put their hardest effort into taking down Diaz, even though I felt
Curtis was a little too...
Yeah, he should have waited.
Yeah. I understand that his boyfriend got shot, but, like, I don't know. That was a little too...
Yeah, like, why
out there.
And why did he stop hitting him? Like, he actually overpowered Diaz. But he stopped to tell him, like...
He's like, how you like that?
Yeah. He's like, you put my man inside a hospital or something like that. And just keep pummeling. Like, he was actually winning that fight up until he did that. And then he gets stabbed like where everybody Diaz just like stabbing people in the freaking sides. And basically the rest of the episode is Team Arrow. It's like a copying data sort of thing. Like it's like a back and forth. They try to retrieve the data that
just play that like that chicken song.
So basically Diaz had like his very whimsical hacker battling Felicity after Lila broke into the SCPD.
And you know what's funny is that dude, he almost caught Felicity. He's like, hey, and then Felicity's like, she takes like a stapler or something and throws out his head.
That's funny as
fuck.
He's
like, I'm sorry.
I honestly thought though, like just a little tiny bit of what is that, a gripe? Was that they did that again. Like they keep throwing the relationship thing in the middle. I mean, they're dealing with somebody that could take over the city. They're throwing in that
hopefully
relationship.
This is like the end of it. Like this season will be the end of like their bickering when it comes to their relationship and their work.
Yeah, because the thing is, I would be pissed too if she was like, she's not trained to be out there.
Yeah, they should just resolve it like Diggle and Lila did.
Yeah,
except for the divorce. That's up to them.
She's like, oh, divorce works too.
Yeah,
like,
that's up to them.
But yeah, it was pretty cool them like taking the battle straight up to Diaz's front, and he actually lost those battles.
Yeah, that first ambush was crazy. That's smart.
Awesome. And he's like, why are we stopping? And then Anatolia's like, I don't know.
He actually looks scared.
Yeah. Notice how he was sitting like Wilson Fisk in the back of that that van.
That's true.
But it basically leads up to a battle at the Helix base, or the X-Helix base. Oliver and Felicity are left there to kind of wait for the data to get decrypted. And then like the safeguards of the place start going off when Diaz men storm it, while like Diggle and Dinah and Renee like try to hold them off with Argus and Lila. While Curtis was like, he basically sat it out after he got stabbed on the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was intense. Like, honestly though, I was getting kind of pissed off that Oliver was getting handled like that. I get that Diaz had the upper hand because he was wearing a gas mask. And to be honest, they should have prepared for that. Yeah.
Like, they have the suit and everything. Why not prepare for situations like that? It's just one of those, like, it's not a plot hole. It's just one of those things.
Like a story.
Yeah.
They should have done that. Like, see, his Earth X doppelganger always wore one. Why didn't he just take that one?
Yeah. Why not?
It would have been easier.
Would have.
But that was pretty badass, though, that he set off a bomb right in front of Diaz, and then he freaking bounced. But obviously that didn't kill the dude, so.
No, this guy's.
He just doesn't go down. He's so annoying. Like, he's honestly, he's not my favorite villain, but he is just. Because it just kind of boggles my mind that he's so ahead of everything. Like, the fact that he wore that gas mask inside before the gas went off. I'm like, the dude doesn't play it like he knows everything, but he does. Yeah. Does that make sense?
That's
like,
scary.
It is scary, but at the same time, I'm like, this is kind of like Adrian's mentality, but Adrian was better at pulling off the, like, intimidation. Like, yeah, he was more intimidating to me. Yeah. It felt like Oliver was brought down this season just so that the bad guy could be matched up to him, if that makes sense. I guess. Yeah. Because this dude got beat down by Curtis. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Adrian kicked every one of their asses.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
So, but yeah, getting back to Diaz, he killed like 2 of the 4 quadrant members, left 1. Anatolia's still standing with him. He's scarred up in the face. And meanwhile, Team Arrow has absolutely nothing on him. They had his payroll thing, but they didn't decrypt it fast enough. So all that time that they spent arguing, that's what I'm saying. Like, literally the Olicity part ruined their plan to get the mission done, because that's what they should have focused on right when they got back. Because literally that amount of time that they're arguing, there was the amount of time that they had left to decrypt it. It was near the end. Yeah. And yeah, you got to be worried about William, who got sent away with Reza, and yeah, I think it's pretty much left off where What was the final shot? Oh, okay, Samantha.
Yeah.
Basically, Oliver tells Samantha that he's Green Arrow, and then it cuts the audio when she's like, well, I need another.
You should put the, what do you call it? What's his name?
Who?
The comedian. The gotcha, bitch.
Oh, who says that?
The Care Bear, yeah, Chappelle.
The Care Bear stare. But yeah, Oliver was like, he should have listened to the second option before he's like, I'm the Green Arrow. You got to hear it all out. But because she could have been like, I want you to go to jail after this. I'll be like, what? No.
He should have listened to both.
It's what, like, Agent May said. I'm crossing over again. Marvel. Agent May said you always have to listen to the whole menu.
Yeah.
Not just the first couple ones. But yeah, next week is it. This is gonna be the last part of the Arrow.
Last part of the Arrow. Oh, I mean,
our
this
podcast.
Is not Arrow.
If you cover like the
Arrow,
if you cover like
get it because he's kind of like Batman.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, you should cover like the tops of those so it looks like pointed arrows.
People are gonna hate me. They're gonna be like, "No, it's not like Batman."
It basically is though. But yeah, this is a really, really good episode.
This is one of the top DC TV shows that's on CW.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Me.
Is there anything else?
I don't know. It just there's like the darkness is what I like about it.
Yeah,
you know,
and we're getting the old Oliver back, like
yeah.
him being a badass. Although at some points he just gets his ass whooped for no reason, but it's okay. Anything else, Dad, as far as the story went this episode?
I don't think.
Easter eggs. The one thing I did, like, just right off the top, like, getting towards the end of the episode, is Diaz looked like Bane, and he sounded like Bane. And I felt like they're jabbing at that.
Oh, yeah. See, so this is the Batman. Yeah. It's like the Batman storyline, but they kind of have their own twist to it.
He's like...
Because he's been... The drug that Diggle uses kind of like a Venom.
He's been using it?
Yeah.
That makes
like
sense.
Earlier, before, like, first couple episodes, like the first 5 episodes. When
okay, yeah.
Remember? Because his arm was like that.
No, I'm saying Diaz used it this episode?
No, I'm just saying, like, the whole thing, it kind of relates to Bane.
Yeah, that's true.
He didn't use it this episode, but the fact that he's selling that kind of thing, it's like a Venom.
If he did, that would make me like his character a little more. You know, because it would explain why he's overpowering all these people.
Maybe.
But he's like,
they should have done that. That would have been a perfect way, like throughout the season, to kind of cement it.
Yeah,
but
been awesome.
They forgot that.
He's just like, I was hoping to fight you, but it looks like you met me halfway. And this is like the way he said that with the freaking mask. It's like, that's bad. I was waiting for him to go, I was born in it. I was molded by it. That's all he needed to be Bane. And he was tossing Oliver around like a freaking ragdoll down that staircase, but Oliver went boop and then blew his ass to hell. Is there? Oh, this episode was like the title of a Bruce Springsteen song, The Ties That Bind. I think it's like the 6th or 7th episode this entire series that's been named after a Springsteen song, so it's pretty cool.
I really like him.
What else is there for Easter eggs?
I did not catch anything.
All right, so we'll go into the previews of next week. The episode is titled Life Sentence. I wish they renewed that show. That was a really good show.
What? Alexa, listen to you.
Yeah. Damn,
sorry,
Alexa, stop listening.
I didn't mean to. Okay.
With the new ally in his team, Oliver engages Diaz in a final epic battle. I read that out of order, but whatever. Finally, like, at least they started the battle here, and it was a decent one.
So, Life Sentence, he is going to Supermax.
Yeah, that would be sick if they did the Supermax thing.
Yeah.
And then it's up to, like, Roy and Thea and Sarah and Diggle and stuff. Maybe
Sarah is coming back this next.
Yeah, in the finale. Oh no,
that is not good.
That's not good. Yeah. So maybe Lance does die because Paul Blackthorne's not returning as a series regular next year. Hopefully, that's not the case, but we'll see.
What if they just take him from a different timeline?
Oh, what if they pretend he died so that way he could go off with his kids?
Ah, yeah, sure.
We'll see, because I would hate that he didn't show up in this episode and he dies in the finale. Because
That would be sad.
It would be,
sad.
and it would be a good way to progress stories, but I don't want that to happen. Like, honestly, no. I don't want anyone to die now, but we'll see. Diaz might have to take somebody.
Dude, like, what's up with
it? What else is there to theorize about? We know that Katie Cassidy is going to return next year, so Black Siren's staying.
Very nice.
Like we said, Roy, Thea, Diggle. I think he's going to be like kind of his story with Argus is good. I think it's a good balance because he's a good leader. And maybe he could lead that. Maybe Renee will finally get written off in a good way. I don't think he'll die. But he'll just be
spend time with his daughter.
Exactly, because I think that's where he needs to be.
Yeah.
And Dinah and Curtis, maybe they're their own team, or maybe they work with Oliver. I don't know. Maybe they protect the city while Roy goes off with Nissa and Sarah and Laurel to break Oliver out of Supermax. Because that would introduce some like crazy people. Like we could see meta-humans in that. I know they use onomatopoeia, but that would have been sick if they use onomatopoeia next season. He's just so dark. That villain is so cool. But yeah, is there anything else you wanna? What do you call? Oh, maybe William will start training by next season.
Yeah, that'd be sick. He turns not Connor Hawk per se, but like
just like
that'd be so sick if he's like, because he kind of looks like he could be a Nightwing or a Robin. Type character, but not really be Robin.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Just like his own thing.
Like he has the acrobatic skills. I don't know. He just looks like he can be
a hero.
That kind of kid.
Yeah.
That kind of superhero. Like
I'm down for
like
it.
Like a Nightwing Robin type superhero.
That'd be dope. That would be sick too if we see Robin or any of those characters show up next season, because we did get the Bloodhaven and Inner Gang tease a lot this season, so maybe they could deal with Inner Gang. Bruno Mannheim's locked up. What if that's the next bad guy in Arrow?
Oh.
And he fights him like inside, and he realizes that the Apocalyptans are like giving him tech, and then that's how the next crossover starts.
Yay.
It's Bruno Mannheim and Apocalyptans and stuff like that.
But what if instead of Apocalyptans they just do Blight?
Oh yeah, that's it too.
It like ties in with the whole Supergirl thing.
Yeah, I'm whatever they got to do next season. The only thing is, I feel like the only show that really needs a fixing is a Flash a little bit.
That's funny because that was our top show.
Yeah, it was. Still kind of is based off of being biased, but
for me, it's not as much.
Right now, it's as far as like it's Black Lightning. For sure on the CW.
On CW, yeah. Actually, Legends is pretty close.
Okay, Black Lightning and Legends and Supergirl, those three.
Yeah, but I would say Legends for me is top than Black Lightning. But if we were to have like all the DCTV, Krypton is like it's just
way up there.
Like we don't even see like super powers on there, but it's just the story is so good.
And when you do, you're terrified for the main characters.
Yes,
it's not
exactly.
They don't have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got for theories as far as moving forward. You got anything else?
Nah, I got nothing, dude.
All right. So with that being said, I think we should ask the Spirit of Burrs what he thought about the episode. Spirit.
Yeah, I always forget that we have to find him at this time.
Hello.
I think it's kind of late for him. So trying to.
Man. Oh my God, it's so good. You see it? Fire! Okay, the next episode, man, like it can't get here soon enough. Whoa.
Nice. It's about to end. But yeah, we'll have Flash for another week, or another 2 weeks. Arrow ends next week. Supergirl ends like mid-June, and I think Krypton will end in 2 weeks as well. So it's around the same time as Flash. So we'll just be doing Supergirl for a little bit longer. But yeah, I guess we could do the super hashtag, which is hashtag.
Oh man, I'm gonna just sit back.
Okay.
For this.
Hashtag Trinity enlightenmenting. I did that on purpose.
What do you say?
Overthrow. Oh no, actually, Ripona. Teams back together. There, put that all together. Boom. Hopefully by next season I will have written down these hashtags so I could just write it out like all the way. I'm sorry for you guys. You're probably going back and like, what the freak did he just say? At least I did it in parts so that way you guys could go back to it. But yeah, this was a fantastic week. Honestly, I think
like you have a whole team just trying to decipher what you just said.
What did he say? Yeah, I would have to say this week it goes
episode of the week.
Yeah.
Episode of the week.
I'll do it in within the 4 shows. So Krypton, Supergirl, Arrow, Flash.
Mine would be Legends, Blacklight. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Krypton was top, no doubt. I think it would be Arrow for me next.
Okay.
Supergirl, then Flash. Sorry, Flash.
Yeah, you gotta fix yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Although we try with reviews and stuff on Stardust, we try to be as positive as we can. We've commented on that before. You guys know,
and
like
people are like, "Oh, what do you mean? You gotta be positive as you can. You can be as honest as you can." It's like it's kind of like a balance where you gotta
exactly. Like
realize
we're like the people that are like keep watching the show,
Yeah,
and then other people are like they critique it in their way.
Yeah, these are superhero shows.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they are shows you can critique. My brain just shut down. But yeah, you could critique it all you want, but just realize this is the only time like this has ever happened.
For sure.
This is superheroes, bros.
And this is the thing,
You
like,
got
it's easy
appreciate it.
Yes, that's for sure. And the thing is, when we started out these podcasts, we crapped on this. We actually had like bashed that, section, and it's easy to critique something,
BTB,
but it's harder for people to actually find the good and stuff, and that's kind of like what we'd like
we're
to
trying to do. There's no hate for anyone that does, critique it their own way.
We just want to do it a different way.
We're just trying to keep the positivity.
Yeah, for sure. And we leave it up to you guys to kind of like make
constructive
the show.
Criticism, either or.
Yeah, we'll leave it up to the rest to, help the show get better in that way, and we kind of help hype the show up, if that makes sense.
For sure.
And with that being said, you guys go leave a comment down below what you thought about the episodes and your theories of what's to come, and if you enjoyed, go leave a like.
Oh, I almost touched my eye right there. That would have been bad, but if you guys could check out our social media, we have our Instagram where we post our speedros. I'm like blanking out, man.
On Sundays.
Yeah, on Superhero Sundays. And we have our Stardust where we post he posts the reactions to the episodes right after they release. So
you know what, baseball, if you interrupt our Arrow viewing one more time, I swear, we do not pay for cable just to watch baseball on Thursday nights. Put it on the MLB channel, okay?
It's like they're trying to kill off Arrow on purpose.
How dare you? If anything, CW, put it back on Wednesdays, okay? I don't want to see this.
Baseball on a Thursday night either. Like, what? It could be on the weekend.
Nobody watches it. We don't want it.
Put it on a different channel.
Yeah.
Like, there's My TV 9. Aren't they part of CW? Why don't you just put it on there?
Come on, man. Come on. With that being said, you guys, we shall see you in the next one. Bye. 1, 2, 3.
Ow. Almost hit my head.